Okay, we are a homegrown IoT technology company. So for those who don't know what is IoT, it stands for Internet of Things. The concept is simple. It's basically connecting things. Things can be, for example, an elevator. It can be a street light. It can be a crane at a port that is connected to the internet so that data can be sent to and from the cloud to the thing. Yeah, so by having this, we are making things smart, and then users of this technology then have a lot of power in their hands, where they have knowledge of a lot of information, very timely and very granular information. We started in Singapore in 1999. iWoW stands for Inspiring the World of Wireless. So all the IoT technology solutions that we have in iWoW are all wireless in nature. Our products and solutions are today used by government and as well as private sector. And we use both open and proprietary wireless communication technology, and we create customized IoT solutions for our customers. Here at iWoW, our vision is to create a smarter, greener, and safer world through our innovations in wireless technology. And our mission is to provide innovative IoT solutions for an increasingly urbanized, aging, and resource-constrained world. Okay, we provide this complete solution from end to end. And this solution basically are all wireless. And our customers include blue chip clientele as well as government agencies. Why are we able to win projects, right? We believe that our customers see in us a differentiated solution. We are different, we are innovative, and very importantly, our solution is customized to their needs. No one customer, right, has a one-size-fit-all IoT need. So we are able to customize very rapidly. An example would be the Trace Together tokens that came about 2 years ago. Yeah, and why we win is also we are in this sector, IoT sector, that is growing very fast. So there is a lot of robust tailwinds pushing us forward. And in this whole IoT, broad IoT space, we are focusing on the few mega trends that we talked about. So the aging population, the increasing urbanized world, as well as sustainability challenges. So these are the trends that we are putting our focus on, and all our solutions are along that direction. And key attributes to our company, we have a strong visible orders book. This is 67.4 million as of 8th of March. And 2 financial years ago, FY 2022 for us ended 31st March this year. So in due time soon, we'll be disclosing the results. The year before, we did 26 million top line and net profit after tax of 3.7 million. And in terms of growth opportunities, right, later I'll touch on more details. But imagine today our solutions are mainly proven in Singapore, both by the government agencies as well as blue chip clienteles. So the opportunities to bring it overseas, especially in our kind of solution, right, where it's plug and play, it's cloud-based technology, it can be, once proven in Singapore, it can be ported over to other countries. Okay, the next few slides, I will expound a little bit on the products we have in iWoW. So here you see an electronic monitoring tag. It's a whole range of solutions. The tag is just one of the products that complete this solution. You might have seen famous people wearing tags, and the tags sometimes looks very big. This particular tag that we launched early this year is, we believe, is the world's smallest electronic monitoring tag. And this allowed prisoners to, or ex-offenders or teens on probations to reintegrate back to society, to have meaningful work while they rehabilitate back, to their normal lives. Singapore is definitely, we all know we have an aging population, and some other countries are even ahead of us, like in Japan or in Europe. The problem is even more acute now. So we have a solution called Alarm Alert System. So this is a wireless button that runs on battery. Battery life can last probably more than 5 years. With a press of a button, the senior can talk to a call center and tell them what's the problem. And the call center can then dispatch the necessary assistance. Could be an ambulance, or could be just to notify the next of kin. Then in the area of sustainability, this gadget that you see here is a communication device developed by iWoW. So this communication device basically makes a water meter or electricity meter a smart meter. So at iWoW, we don't manufacture meters, water meter, or electricity meter, but we produce this wireless communication device that makes the meter smart. So what the smart meter can then do is to send data very frequently. It could be every minute, every 15 minutes. You have information of your consumption, water, electricity, and that allows you to make certain decisions to attain your sustainability goals. Or it could even alert you if there is overuse of resources, like a pipe burst, for example. So you'll get an early warning and allow you to solve the problem before more damage is caused. So our work in sustainability got us, we won this Singapore Apex Corporate Sustainability Award back in 2018. This was given by the local chapter of the United Nations. This is an example of adaptation of our human monitoring solution. We adapted this to monitor pets, and MParks has given us a trial project which we currently are in the midst of. So it has a home monitoring unit and pets wearing a smart collar. So this smart collar will allow pets, right, who are imported to Singapore to be quarantined at home. So today they are quarantined at a quarantine center, and with this technology, the pets do not have to be separated from the owners who are immigrating to Singapore. Allows the pets to be quarantined at home. I'm sure most of you are familiar with the token. So this is a key part of Singapore's COVID-19 strategy. So as the country is standing down, there is still usage in areas where vaccinated, differentiated, safe management measures are still needed. For example, at large-scale events, religious events, I know churches and certain religious organizations, nightlife establishment, and so on. And I think Minister Ong has also said vulnerable sectors like preschool and all that is using. And public is also advised to keep their trace together tokens and their app so that if there is emergence of a new variant, then we will be ready to restart this contact tracing in a very quick time. So at iWoW, many of you probably know us only as a trace together tokens. But I think the last few slides I explained there are a lot of things that we have been doing even before we did the token, and even after we did the token. There are many other projects that require wireless IoT application. So these are some pictures of recent projects. We did deployment of wireless IoT coverage in the Southern Islands. We also did water level sensors at an airport. So these are just some examples of what IoT can do. Okay, this slide basically talk about the business model. So on the top, you see the light blue smart city solution. is a fancy word to describe a project fee or product sales. So for example, smart metering. So a particular company may want to, a particular shopping mall, for example, they want to change all their meters to smart meters. This is where we come in, we charge a project fee. However, after the installation, right, this project could run for years. And during those years, we will be providing data, providing the software, access to the company. And we charge this portion of the business under this model called IoT as a service, which is subscription. So some business, smart metering, for example, has both the project fee as well as a subscription. Tokens, for example, is a straight up product sale. So it's a recurring sale that continue even to this day. Then alarm alert system, for example. So there are also two components like the smart metering. And what's interesting is, for example, the electronic monitoring system. So in short, we call it EMS. So this EMS solution, right, is entirely IoT as a service. So there is no project fee. Basically, we charge by the number of people that is being monitored and on a monthly basis. So this is a up and coming business model that I see government as well as many companies are heading towards, because this free them from the need to purchase hardware, to subscribe to a SIM card telco subscription, to manage a cloud subscription. So it's a very clean business model, and I believe this will be a up and coming business model of the future. Yeah, this is just some of the products. For the token, we won international design award. So I think in Singapore, I personally believe it's a more popular model. The home alert system, this is also developed. All the products I described earlier were developed in-house. So similarly, the home alert system and the smart metering solution for electricity is shown here. A little bit of our history. Back in 1999, we started the company. So in our first leg of the company, right, we were outsourced wireless R&D house for customers. So our customers include Nokia, Motorola, Hewlett-Packard, Toshiba, Panasonic, you name it, Alcatel. So many brands. We did some things for Apple. We did a mobile phone for Samsung. So we develop products for people, not for ourselves. And then we grew pretty fast. However, things changed after the financial crisis, the Lehman Brothers crisis back in 2008. And I think the emergence of smartphone also changed our customers' mix a lot. So we pivoted the company around 2011. We started to go into what we call the machine-to-machine, which then today is called Internet of Things. So that pivot has brought us to where we are today. So from a design development R&D company now to a IoT and providing IoT fully as a service kind of company. But one thing that doesn't change from 1999 to 2022 today, basically is the wireless component. So ourselves, a lot of us are wireless engineers by training. Our company is specialized in various wireless technology. So that did not change back in 1999, where big companies like Nokia and Toshiba and whatnot, Samsung will come to us for wireless expertise. So today we are making this wireless expertise into our own products and our own solution. And I think that is one thing I want to emphasize. Okay, next I'll talk a little bit about the investment highlights. There are several points. Point one, we are differentiated from a lot of our competitors. We have a one-stop shop solution, meaning when customers come to us, they can see a full turnkey offering all the way from a hardware. So the hardware can be, for example, the anchor tag, it can be a contact tracing. So imagine when we first engage a particular customer, he could be a government agency, and then he wants to develop a solution to do contact tracing. So it can be from an idea that end up developing a hardware, writing the software needed to support this technology, providing the info to the cloud. We are connecting things to the internet, right? And then handling all the wireless communication technology. So the customer don't even have to care which version of, is it 5G, is it proprietary technology? We will propose, design, and operate that system. And then finally, maintenance. So all the way to cite an example of the tokens, all the way from design, manufacturing, all the way to delivering to the community centers, as well as loading it into vending machine. So this is what iWoW is capable of, and we do it for all the other business lines that I talked about. Number two, we are well positioned to capture this strong tailwind and mega trends. So we are, first of all, we are in the right sector. So if you were to look at IoT sector, right, there are many reports showing growth. So this is something like many reports will show you more than 20%, 22% CAGR year on year for the next five years or more. So this is IoT is not just a buzz word. It's actually a technology, right, that allows a lot of automation, allow connectivity of a lot of things that has a social environment impact, like the products that we have at iWoW. And there's very importantly allows customer to save costs. So imagine not needing to build more prisons, not needing to hire more prisons officer. So that is one example. Not needing to have a lot of manpower to read meters, and you can only read once a month or every 2 months. Now you have a machine that can help you read every minute, every 10 minutes, every 15 minutes. So there is a lot of cost saving that is also driving this huge IoT growth. And then we are also at the right time. If 10 years ago, when iWoW, or more than 10 years ago, we were starting on this machine-to-machine journey, right? The technology then was 2G, GSM, GPRS, 2.5G. So in those days, the technology, the communication technology was slow, was very expensive, was very power hungry. So today with new technology like 5G, low power wide area network technology, here I cite LoRaWAN, NB-IoT. All these are technology that is used today for in Singapore and worldwide for IoT. And they basically draw very little current. They have increased security and very efficient in sending information. So you can see timing is right for proliferation because of the technology is ready. The proliferation of IoT is also at the right time. And then lastly, we talk about trends that we cannot, it's not easy to change. So aging population, for example, we all know the world is aging. We know the world is warming. The climate is getting warmer. So sustainability become a very important action that mankind has to take today, not tomorrow. And we talk about urbanization. So when I was born many years ago, the world population was probably about 3 billion people. So today we are what, 7 billion, and very soon will be 10 billion. And many of the people are staying in cities. So you will need cities to be smarter, to be able to make living more possible with technology. You will need to handle new outbreaks of diseases. So what we went through in the last 2 years with COVID, right? In my whole lifetime, I have never, and I think all of you have never gone through the same thing, wearing masks for 2 years and still wearing. And unfortunately, would that be the last experience for all of us? So with this urbanization and overcrowding of cities, maybe the chance is it may not be. So we have to be ready. So we are at the point where we are in the right sector. Technology is ready for huge growth, and technology can help to make this, to solve problems that we identify in these mega trends. Okay, the third point is track record. So we've been around for more than 20 years. I mentioned wireless. So from day one, we were wireless until today. So technology companies, right? A lot of people may have this perception that is continually changing and changing very fast. So a successful technology company must be able to adapt, must be able to keep abreast in technology. So we are one example of that. So we started from, in the days of pages, and then we have the GSM, and then today we have 5G, we have technology like NB-IoT, LoRaWAN. Some of these words, some of you may not have even heard before. So we, as in iWoW, right, we have to continually keep abreast of the technology so that our customers don't have to. And then we have to supply them the solution. And what they want is really the data, right? Number 4, another differentiating factor is we are asset light. We do not have a factory. So we do not, you're investing in iWoW, right? You'll be investing in new solution, new innovative products. You're not investing in a real estate or a new production line, for me to produce more things. Why we chose this model? Very simple. The world already has a very strong established ecosystem of contract manufacturers. So companies like Apple, they don't produce their own phone. Foxconn produce their phones. So there is really no need, if you have the right partner, there is really no need for you to grow your own factory. So we adopt that technology, and this business model, I think, will be the business model of a technology company to come. And of course, being around long enough, right, we have built enough track record in projects with many customers. So in the recent 5 to 10 years, right, we have done many projects with various government agencies. So we have, like, for example, PUB, Ministry of Home Affairs, Singapore Prisons, HDB, GovTech, and so on. So we have done that. And we also have a lot of blue chip enterprise customers like CapitaLand, Ascendus, now acquired by CapitaLand, Mapletree, and so on, and shopping malls, and so on. Yeah, so this, I think, relationship is something that probably a startup or a young company may not have the depth of relationship with these customers. We have seen strong financial growth in the last few years. Soon we'll be announcing, in due time soon, we'll be announcing the FY22 results, which will be better than what we see here. Okay, orders book. This is dated 8th of March, 67.4 million orders booked. The biggest chunk, right, is electronic monitoring system. So this one forms 54.2 million. Trace token started at 11.3 million as of 8th March. There is no cancellation for those who might be curious, because I get this question quite a lot. Might as well answer it here. Then alarm alert system, we just finished the second phase of this project. So by now we have close to 10,000 households with the emergency button, and we're providing this service island-wide. So the HDB estates, right, are pretty much distributed throughout the island, and this wireless system is already operating. We would expect, since it's well received, right, we will expect strong growth in this area, and I believe the government is looking into expanding this reach. And then smart metering. So we have various smart metering projects going on, as well as tenders that we are waiting for results. Okay, 7 is innovation. So a lot of the products, all the products that you see just now, and a lot of the other products that I may not have shown, are developed in-house. However, we don't manufacture. So we use electronic manufacturing services, contract manufacturers, in short, to produce those products. Okay, the last few slides will talk a little bit about the takeaways and the investment merits. Number one, the strong sector tailwind. So we are in the right sector. IoT sector is growing very fast. From the solutions you have seen and from our orders book, you know that we are a player, important contributor to this IoT market. Mega trends. So we talk about mega trends that it's not easy to, in fact, it's not about reversing them, but rather to avoid problems in the future because of all these mega trends of urbanization, about aging, and about sustainability. And third point, we have a comparative differentiation and strategy roadmap. So we are one of the early mover in a lot of the IoT smart city initiatives in Singapore. And then besides, you may know us as Token, but there's so much more that I described, right? So we have multiple growth pillars in place. The fourth point, the management has a proven track record, including myself. A lot of us have extensive wireless technology experience and also product innovation track record. And then number 5, I think, is basically the strong momentum. So we have a strong orders book of 67.4 million. And in the near future, right, you will see a lot of new product initiatives coming up that we believe will fuel our growth more strongly than before. Okay, how are we going to spend our IPO proceeds, right? Maybe I start from the left. So this is to enhance our R&D offering. So we have a few products in the pipeline. One of them is a smart test kit. So this smart test kit, it can test influenza, it can test COVID, it can also test antibodies. So this data can be sent to a real-time to a cloud application. And then we also have a range of products that will enhance our current offering in smart metering, in this alarm alert system for elderly, in the electronic monitoring system for the ex-offenders. So R&D. Then expansion of our customer base and product offering. So today our customers are government, our businesses. So we are B2B or B2G business model. However, if you see this range of products for elderly emergency, we will have a new range of products that allow interaction of the elderly with through the cloud to the other end. So the other end could be a clinic, could be a hospital. So it allows the elderly actually to get medical assistance through telemedicine or through remote medicine, right? To be able to get help. At the same time, there could be value-added services that could help the elderly age in place. There's this word that I think all of us are aging, so there will be a time that potentially we will need help. And however, to prolong that time, right, where we truly need help, and that will be using technology. So we are thinking of bridging and extending this so-called healthy period or health span of the person so that they can age in place. Then increasing our reach. Naturally, our solution is proven in Singapore. So we are offering this solution overseas. So we'll be extending our reach to countries like Japan and neighboring countries. And then we will also target countries with high IoT penetration. I mentioned LoRaWAN quite a few times. So this is a wireless technology that does not require SIM card. And we are one of the largest LoRa deployment in Singapore. And countries like in Europe, right, France, for example, they have huge LoRa infrastructure deployment. So our products potentially could go to countries that are ready to support that technology. And then we also go for countries with high IoT penetration and digital infrastructure, like very much like what we have in Singapore. And we will definitely increase our cooperation with technology partners and suppliers to reach out to through them as a channel. Then on the left corner, we talk about expansion. So we'll be identifying certain strategic potential as time goes on for potential investment, M&A, or joint venture. So this allow us to grow our customer base, allow us to grow potentially geographical location instead of organically. And it may also expand our product offerings. So this is the things that we will be doing in the near term. So in the next 6 to 12 months, right, you will see us working hard on these few areas. You will probably hear new product offerings coming out to the market. And you will also hear us growing overseas as well in terms of reaching out to extending our customer base outside of Singapore. So thank you for your time.